Hello. Um, so today I'm going to talk about coming back into balance when you're feeling a bit unbalanced and polarities and how we navigate through that. And I've been thinking about that because basically this week I got sick. Well, I got sick last week. And I think that was because, well, I know that was because I'm overloaded. I'm overloading myself, doing too much. I'm trying to do all the things that I want to do. And I have a lot of creative energy and there's lots I want to do and express. And not bad stuff, but, you know, like the yin and the yang. I've got a lot more yang going on here. Like a lot more things that I want to do, and you know, sometimes you can't do all of it at the same time, and I've been trying to do all of it at the same time. That's yoga, running, trying to do personal projects and getting excited about that. More going on at work, feeling quite stressed with work actually at the moment. There's just a lot going on. Yeah, you know, and I just got sick, and I think life will just stop you with something, you know, and sometimes when you're going too fast or even too slow and you're not doing enough, life is going to come in and it's going to either stop you or push you into the direction that you need to go. And for me, that was stopping. I had to stop. And when you're sick, there's not a lot you can do. You have to just be sick and stop worrying about everything and just kind of get back to yourself. And then also you have that other polarity where, you know, you might not be doing enough. You know, that unbalance of, you know, gosh, I'm not really doing enough, and something will happen and it will just push you and you'll have to just take some action. And I think, you know, I want to say another thing about not doing enough is that you do need to step forward when you're not doing enough. You can't expect things to just come to you and just happen. You need to take the steps forward in your life to make those changes and to make those things happen for yourself. For me, and I've been doing a bit of research about this as well. Coming into a state of balance again is about bringing the light of consciousness back onto, you know, what I'm doing and being aware of myself. And I believe that we have this truth within us that if we just sit, we can bring that light onto what we're doing that will shed a light on the truth of what's happening, and it will release it. And you know that phrase, let go and let God. It's kind of like if you're doing too much, you're pushing for things that you want to do. You've got to stop and you've got to kind of let that go and let go of that struggle and give it back. Give it back. You know, you've got to take a step back. I don't know, meditate. Be aware of yourself, and to be honest, the more that you do that, the more that will just happen anyway through your life. The more conscious you become of yourself and the more awareness you have of your actions and what you're doing, the more that will happen through your life anyway, and it will just bring more balance into everything that you do if you become more aware and more conscious of what you're doing on a daily basis. So I think that state of allowing is really important, that you must have that state of allowing in your day. I think sometimes when you let go, that's when the magic happens, you know. Sometimes I was going to give an example about this place. So when I was starting to look for a property, I went really full pelt with it. I was just like, right, I've got to find somewhere, and I was just going crazy, you know, which you do. I think it's quite normal. I think a lot of people do go nuts when they look for property. They want to find something that's, you know, really good and everything. But I was just not having any luck, you know, like I was just not getting anywhere with it whatsoever. And I'd find properties and they fall through, or I didn't have enough money, and I'd only find somewhere that was about as big as a shoebox, you know. And I decided after about, I don't know, 8 months or so to go on holiday. I was like, I'm just going to go away with my friends now. I'm going to stop worrying about it. And I let go of it. I let go of forcing that. I let go of pushing, basically. I let go of the push to make this happen for myself. And I went away and I got myself into a better space. I stopped thinking about it for a bit, for about 3 weeks. Well, it was still there in the back of my mind, but, you know, I went volunteering. I went to Thailand, did some volunteering with some friends, came back and decided to just perhaps revisit the steps I was going to do at the very beginning of my journey, which was like go to a mortgage advisor. And she kind of led me down this road of a different scheme I hadn't thought about. And the first place when I came back was this place. And it was literally a few weeks when I got back from Thailand. And I got it. And before I came back, I made the decision that it didn't matter anymore. It was what I wanted. It did matter, but it didn't matter in the same way, okay? Because whatever happened, everything was going to be okay. And that if I didn't get it, I'd have a plan B, and I'd have a plan C, and I'd have a plan D. And all those plans would still take me to a better place than where I was before. You know, whether that was moving with somewhere else, living in a nicer area, you know, that somewhere I wanted to be, perhaps by the river. I decided that I wanted to perhaps live in Richmond if I didn't get a property and I was going to share, because, you know, I wasn't going to be able to. And I'd had that, and I decided that was what I was going to do. And I took that stress away from myself, and whatever outcome was going to be okay. And in the end, I ended up getting a place that is wonderful in an area that I actually wanted it in the beginning. And, you know, I couldn't be happier, you know, with this. It's a wonderful place. And I'd stopped the struggle. I stopped trying to make it happen. But I'm not saying, like I say, you know, it's a process. It's not about giving up on what you want. It's about still having an idea of what you want and having the intention of what you want, but not forcing it and not having it come from a place of fear and pushing for something. It's about being centered within yourself, putting the light of consciousness, because before I went away, I was like, do you know what? This isn't working for me. I'm pushing too hard and I'm trying too hard. Just stop, take a step back, do something else. It's about still having the intention of what you want, but not pushing, not forcing it. Being okay with whatever outcome, but still setting the intention and laying the foundations for what you want. So you can't be too much the other way, and you can't be too much in the, oh, I'm just going to sit back and let it happen. You do need to make those steps, but then you can't force it. So that's one aspect of balance. There are lots of aspects of life that will need to be balanced. Like I say, you know, you do need to balance your life. And once you do start to balance your life and you bring the light of awareness on what you're doing, then that will just happen through your life more and more in every area. You'll start to realise subtle stuff about yourself that needs to be balanced, that wasn't balanced. You'll be more aware of yourself in lots of different areas. You'll uncover layers. And the more layers you uncover, the more magic that life will present to you. And you'll be getting things back that you didn't even dream of before, that are even better than what you hoped for. The more you uncover within yourself, the more life opens up to you. So that is the reward for being more in balance and to be more centered within yourself. And whatever you do produce when you're balanced is coming from more a place of truth. So it's going to be better anyway. So I hope that helps again.